We have all been taught the physical rituals of paying attention. You silence your notifications, you place your phone face down, you maintain eye contact and nod at the expected intervals. You follow every rule of polite behavior. Yet the person across from you still leaves the conversation feeling ignored. They might even explicitly tell you that you aren't listening. This happens because we treat listening as a passive recording process. We assume that if the audio enters our ears without interruption, the job is complete. Capturing the words is useless if your internal filter ignores the speaker's actual needs. In these moments, you are speaking a different language than the person you're trying to hear. The data moves from one person to the other, but the connection never forms. Consider a common high-pressure scenario. Two colleagues are locked in a room racing against a tight deadline. Both are fully attentive, but they are increasingly infuriated with one another. One is focused entirely on the clock, pushing for immediate decisions and forward momentum. The other is looking back at the work already done, demanding they stop to evaluate the details for flaws. Their conflicting cognitive settings create a constant grating friction. They aren't struggling because of a lack of respect, they are simply tuned in to two different frequencies. When a listener applies the wrong internal filter to a message, even perfectly heard words will turn into an argument. The common concept of active listening is a tool designed for a psychological environment that no longer exists for most of us. This model was engineered in the 1950s for therapists and counselors. It was meant for a patient on a couch in a quiet, isolated room. Modern work is different. It is a chaotic workday of constant pings, back-to-back meetings, and rapid-fire presentations across different time zones. Using a slow clinical tool in a high-speed environment leads to stalled projects and miscommunications. To stay effective today, we need a model that adapts to the speed of the room. Every time someone speaks, they are transmitting one of four specific goals. We call this the SID framework. The first goal is immerse. This is when a speaker needs you to strictly absorb the context and remember the details. They need you to be a receptacle for information without offering immediate feedback. Then there is discern. This is the need for critical evaluation. The speaker wants you to find the risks and spot the pitfalls before they commit to a plan. Advance is the goal of raw momentum. When a group is stuck, the speaker needs you to help them make a decision. In these moments, a great listener might actually interrupt to keep the process moving. Finally, there is support. This is the need for emotional validation. The speaker isn't looking for a solution. They need you to acknowledge their stress or celebrate a win. Most of us rely on a single natural default style. Because there are four distinct listening needs, staying in that one comfort zone means you miss the mark in 3 out of every 4 conversations. Conflict peaks when these styles clash, like when a discern listener hunts for flaws while the speaker is desperately begging for advance momentum. Within this matrix, there is one critical exception. One of these 4 styles is not situational, it is a permanent requirement. The support frequency must run in the background of every interaction you have, regardless of the business objective. Skilled communicators can push hard deadlines or critique a failing strategy while simultaneously validating the other's feelings. Validation is the foundation of the conversation. Without it, even the most helpful critique or piece of advice feels like a personal attack to the person receiving it. A single micro-moment of calibration before you speak can bridge this deep disconnect. Before you respond, ask yourself one question. What does this person need from me right now? Real listening requires setting aside your own conversational habits to serve the immediate needs of the other person. When we stop listening the way we want and start adapting to what they need, the friction disappears and real connection begins.